show was made possible with the support of the Slot Vibe Partners, a long-lasting partnership with trust, transparency, and security. Well, hello, friends. Take a look at this. I'm outside without wearing a jacket. Yes, it is warm enough that I can film without wearing a jacket. Not only that, we got birds singing in trees, we got flowers coming up, we got trees that are budding. Yes, spring has finally arrived, which means it's time for me to leave town. Here we go with our last show before I head to London for the ICE and IGB affiliate events next week, which means we won't have a show from APCW next week because I'll be busy and all, but the week after that, oh, look out, I'm gonna have a lot of new material, plus whatever screwing around goes on in London. Of course, all this is contingent upon if I have a flight. It seems that pilots for Alaska Airlines, which are handling the first leg of my trip, well, they're in this little dispute with management and some flights are being canceled. But other than that, I should be fine. Oh, except I hear Heathrow is also having issues due to COVID and staffing shortages, and some flights have been diverted or canceled. But barring that, you know, I should be, of course I could catch COVID myself, but I mean, I live alone and the cat seems okay, so I don't think that's a real problem. So I wouldn't even worry about, of course the Russians could attack, but if they do that, I mean, the conference probably isn't going to happen anyway, you know, so I wouldn't worry. A swarm of locusts could hit, but, you know, in all honesty, that's the least of my worries. Other than those things, I should be, my plane could go down. Of course, then all my troubles are over and I don't have to worry about doing a video. I'm going to be in London, don't you worry about it. I'm going to be there unless there's an asteroid strike. Damn it, Todd, stop! I just got to quit looking for things. Look, barring some kind of COVID setback, a pilot strike, a plane crash, a Russian invasion, or something from the Book of Revelation, I'll be there. And I hope to see many of your smiling faces in London as well. But while we're there, what better time for the UK to release its review of the Gambling Act, which I think is a real possibility. Part of that review, the white paper, is currently being finalized with all of the urgently needed changes that will be impacting our industry and then, you know, ripple out to the rest of us in other parts of the world outside of the UK. And while we don't know for a certainty what changes will be coming, there have been some allusions that it will include a single customer view and affordability checks. In response, the Betting and Gaming Council is now warning the powers that be that are about to release the review of the Gambling Act, warning them against any affordability checks that would undermine the consumer experience, or in other words, we know what changes are coming, and we know that the anti-gambling crusaders have had an influence on the results of the Gambling Act review, so just be sure you don't cut off your nose to spite your face. Or, you know, throw the baby out with the bathwater. Or just be a bunch of assholes. All right, affiliates, I have a question for you. What do you do when life gives you lemons? I got the answer. You join the Lemon Partners, who are brand new APCW sponsors. They have no negative carryover, no activity quota, and no admin fees. You heard that correctly. No admin fees. All that plus sub-affiliate earnings, CPA and CPL deals, and up to 50% in revenue share. Check out their review page at apcw.org or visit them directly at lemon.partners. Now, we're all used to regulators telling us what we can and cannot do. There are all sorts of requirements and restrictions in place which vary by jurisdiction conveniently. They tell us how we can and cannot market, words that we're allowed and not allowed to use, websites we're allowed and not allowed to advertise on, times of day that adverts can or cannot run, which operators we can list on our sites next to other operators, games that we must avoid advertising because they could appeal to kids, hashtags that must be included with certain ads, geo-targeting, and God forbid, don't ever make gambling look remotely fun or entertaining. And now, the UK's Committee for Advertising Practices is prohibiting athletes and celebrities from appearing in gambling ads because it might appeal to those under 18. Oddly enough, just a few weeks ago, 20 some odd UK football clubs issued a statement in support of banning gambling sponsorships. So no more gambling logos on those jerseys. And you know what? I think this all is just great. And they shouldn't stop at athletes and celebrities. They need to make sure that they got actors, models, singers, social media figures, because, as we know, they could all appeal to children, right? Why stop at gambling, though? I think you should ban any celebrity, actor, model, singer, athlete, social media figure from being in ads for alcohol and tobacco if they're not already. Plus, if we're being honest, children should not be exposed to adverts for fast food and sugary drinks. It's very unhealthy and starts them out on an unhealthy lifestyle from a very early age. And if you want to go full nanny state on me, kids don't need to see ads for erectile dysfunction, or feminine itch, or violent movies, or chia pets, God forbid. What the hell's up with chia pets? Why stop at television? I mean, they have to include radio, and billboards, and magazines, and podcasts. I'll see you when I get back, God willing. And YouTube, and websites, and skywriting, and everything that... Which operators we can list on our site next to other operators. You know you weren't going to get through it unscathed, Todd. Times of the day that we... What, did I suck a bug in? What the f*** is wrong with me?